This is the graduation ceremony of the Johnny Mkhathini Ubuntu Diplomatic Cadet Program. So you are the very, very first. You are making history in the name of Johnny Mkhathini, the selfless diplomat of a South Africa that he never had an opportunity to come back home to. Permit me to extend a special word of welcome to all our esteemed guests. All those who are here with us today have contributed by raising the young ones we have today, by all of us working collectively to make sure that this day becomes a reality, with our finest being amongst us. A good child is the one who always remembers where he or she comes from. This graduation ceremony takes place during a very, very important month, October. Specifically because this department, as our acting DG had said, is named after one of our finest diplomats, Oliver Reginald Tambo. October. We are starting a countdown for if he was alive. By October 2017, he will be 100 years old. He died in 1993. So he never saw 1994. But this is the man whose family was scattered throughout the world from the early 60s till his death in 1993. He died a year or so after having just returned to South Africa, having suffered a stroke, and finally succumbed before we voted for the first time in this country. A torchbearer who kept our dream of a free South Africa alive for more than 30 years with absolutely no budget, but kept the voice of the voiceless in South Africa heard across the corners of the globe. So we dedicate this month of his birthday to him. You are the first graduates of this very beautiful program of another outstanding South African internationalist whose photograph appears on your program. His name is Johnny Mkhathini. You are the real Masupatsela of Johnny Mkhathini. Remember this, you are amongst the very, very first to benefit from this program. But I think it's important for you to know who Johnny Mkhathini was. I do not have the whole day, I wish I had. So that when we are given this responsibility, when we are given this honor to become the first graduates after this very, very, very glorious but unsung hero's name, we know how blessed we are. South Africans, Africa has more than 60% of young people who are looking for jobs, who are educated, who are our best resource. You resemble that youthfulness in our continent. But because we are young adults, We must take this with full grasp, this opportunity with both our hands, and mean to make our country proud, and mean to make those who sacrifice life and limb for us, that their dreams were not in vain. You have to learn, and I'm sure you have, learn to defend national interests. Our national interests are intertwined to the national interests of the region of SADC and of our continent. That's where the spirit of Ubuntu comes from. I am because you are. But I am elated that we have young people joining us in the manner that you do. When you represent South Africa abroad, you will be one out of the 50-odd million people who would be chosen to go to a country A. Even if you work at the desk, you must remember that you are one out of 52 million plus who is sitting here to go out and defend. And you cannot say, no, I don't work for arts and culture, I don't know what's happening. You have to be an all-round cadre. You have to know your country and know about it and know the positives. The negatives, newspapers are doing that, so don't join them. When we were young, we knew that there was a saying in African, so lirs sakurant. So, lirs, they have enough. They want to hear positive stuff from you about your country, because there's so much you can tell about your country. I really want to most heartily thank you, Acting DG and DTRD, for the sterling work you have done with these young people. Congratulations.